What's going on, beautiful people? Welcome back to another episode of Respect the Game podcast. My name is Edward, named after a trilogy that being my pop. Shout out to my mother, my grandmother for helping raise me too. Please make sure you go follow at Emcstats for all your up-to-date high school, pro, and collegiate sports coverage. Will not disappoint. We'll keep you up to date on all that is going on in the sports world. Unfortunately, we are not at full strength, but nonetheless, me and my brother Black Peace are definitely gonna make it do what it do on the podcast and hold it down for at Sedacious or I am Sedacious, as well as our brother Shine Heart Izzo, who you can follow at Shine Heart Izzo. But yeah, man, introduce yourself to the people, D.
People should know by now, this is the host with the most that blows the most smoke, Black Peace, the rap plug, the hip hop plug. You already know. Be sure to go check out the original podcast, Talkin Smoke, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Pretty much Google it, get it going. Yeah, man, let's go.
Yeah, man. So it's just past Christmas. Christmas, wow, you're moving pretty fast there, buddy. Just past Thanksgiving. And getting ready to go into the month of December with Christmas and into the new year. And during the holiday season, right? Thanksgiving, Christmas is when you kind of see a lot of stuff that pushes you and forces you and reminds you to be thankful for this, be thankful for that. You know, everybody don't have a family or everybody doesn't have XYZ. And I was thinking about this long before Thanksgiving and long before the holiday spirit has come upon us. And I want to hear your thoughts about this, Darnell. But as much as I hate paying bills, hate paying bills, and it can be an annoyance. I truly believe in my heart of hearts that having the ability and the resources to pay your bills is a humongous blessing that I think a lot of people who can easily get caught up and hate paying their bills don't necessarily see it as a blessing to have the ability to even pay your bills or even the option. Some people ain't got the option to pay their bills. They just don't have it, or, you know, whatever life's problems have come their way have put them in a position where they can't even afford to pay their bills, let alone during the holiday season, but just, you know, throughout the year. But I truly believe in my heart of hearts, and I make an effort to thank God for the ability and just having the resources and to be able to pay my bills. I truly think that's an underrated, slept on blessing, being able to pay your bills. How do you feel about that?
Totally agree, man. Feel like a lot of people, the hype is when it comes to bills is, people never want to pay them or they get irritated by it. They like to put the memes up about, after my bills is how much I have left. But at the end of the day, until you put in those positions where you may not be able to pay that bill and something's getting cut off, or you're not going to be able to have that asset anymore, it definitely makes you feel a lot more thankful for it. But it's definitely overlooked. I feel like a lot of people, um, either they're young or things have already been provided for them, and it takes a while for people just to get that value of it. If you come up in a more of a struggling upbringing, kind of understand the value of bills. You still may not like to pay them. I think that's a universal thing. Nobody likes to pay bills. Period. If you you're rich, poor, people gonna say, "Man, I don't like paying this bill." But at the end of the day, just like you said, the value of being able to do it it does get overlooked, because I think a lot of people just, they're in a position where they don't, like you said, they don't have to, so it never really impacts them as hard. They don't have those responsibilities of, okay, if I don't make this deadline, something's gonna dramatically happen. Some people are in positions where they live with somebody else is paying the bills. They're in school for so long to where, like, they never really got that feeling of paying a technical month-to-month bill. Yeah, you may have tuition you may have to pay for or something of that nature, but never like 6 bills at once, 7 bills at once, you know. But yeah, man. But I think the ability definitely does come from God. I don't think it comes from your bank account. I don't think it comes from the actual job you do. I think it comes from the having, like, that's just one of the parts of having faith in God is Him being able to provide like that ability to pay bills. You know, so with that, I think it kind of comes in full circle of the value of being able to pay your bills is having that faith in God and that relationship with God. You know, it always circles back to Him. So, you know, I think that's I think sometimes that's the reason, because not too many people have that secure relationship with God to understand, you know, you have been giving me these opportunities to pay the bills. You know, just like I said, they get trapped up in that mindset of I paid it or it got paid rather than how it really, really got paid. So, yeah,
Yeah, man, right on. So you know have to pay your bills here and there throughout the month, throughout the week, or whatever the case may be, man. Be grateful that you have it to pay. Be grateful that you have it to pay. Transitioning, man. So I'm back in Atlanta during the Thanksgiving break. I got a chance to come home, touch the soil of my roots, you know, since therefore, you know, me coming home, getting my Astros, you know, World Series hat. You see me. Bruh, we filming this on a Tuesday. We hooped yesterday before I left town. Uh Monday, last night, I guess you could say. And I pride myself on being young in spirit, or being forever young, or just trying to maintain fitness uh and so forth. But I am sore as hell. And I just don't get me wrong, when I was younger and I used to hoop from sun up to sundown, I had like my mornings where I would wake up and I was just like, shit, just I can't move. Like
went a little too far.
right, you know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, I grew up playing on concrete, right? So we're talking about the wear and tear of the concrete, which means I'm outside, so the sun is beaming on down, you know, beaming heavy in the Houston heat. Yeah, man, but we got through playing yesterday, and I was like, as soon as we got done and the dust settled, like I immediately felt every bit. It's like, and I didn't even feel like I was hustling, but I don't feel like I was like playing it like my optimal, like I'm out here really trying to play, you know what I'm saying? And I was just like, bruh, like, am I getting old? What is this? Why do I feel so banged up, bro? I'm talking about like literally from like my shoulders on down, bro. And and obviously, right, me and you on the same team, and I'm giving you a hard time, and you just like, bro, my knees, like, what do you want from me? I have 4 kids and my dad. Obviously, at the time, I'm not trying to
Right.
hear it, but after the fact, I'm thinking, I'm just like, he got a point. I mean, like, what do you want from this man? This man is 31, 32 years old with a whole family and kids, and like, yeah, you expect him to really be out here like it's the NBA finals? Like, come on. But yeah,
And
man.
the funny thing about it is, all the things you said, bro, I felt that 4 years ago. Because one thing, this is literally me 4 years ago when we went to go play at the gym. This is me stepping off of a hiatus of not touching the ball, pause, at all.
Uh-huh.
Like baseball, I may have talked to my kids. That was about it. I didn't have, you know what? Chuck E. Cheese is about as far as I went as, you know, shooting a basketball. And then I
Yeah.
went out there and played with some grown men going full court, brother. When I say I was out of it, and I don't think you even could relate. You like, yeah, whatever, tired, old ass, whatever. But it was like I'm trying to tell you, it's like, no, bro, it's inactivity. He says, I think my body has nothing necessarily, my body has something to do with it, but it's more of like you haven't done this in so many years to this level. Like you may run around a little bit, you know, whatever, but you ain't pressed it. You ain't keep pushing, you know. And I think you got a little taste of it. I feel like you do keep up with your, you know, your cardio, and you know you do your, you know, exercise to keep you just enough to keep yourself healthy. But when you try to dig back into that time machine,
Yeah,
it'll
man.
remind you.
Yeah,
It'll remind you how serious it is.
and the crazy part about it is I feel like if I played as much as I did when I was younger, um, like yesterday would have been like a piece of cake. I probably would have felt like, we didn't even really hoop like that. You know what I'm saying? But because I ain't hoop and God knows how long, I was just like, whew, bro, like I ain't really just had to go after it in a long time. Like, so yeah, man, my body is like definitely banged up. The wife, she was telling me, she was like, it was so funny watching us walk out the gym because we was all, she said we all walked out walking slow, and it looked like we was all like holding or trying to nurse something that was like hurting on us. And she was like, everybody looked like something was hurting except my brother, who is the youngest out of everybody. He's number 12 or 13. And she was just like, it was so funny because all y'all looked all walking out the gym, and he's just like, he ain't did nothing.
The thing about it is, I learned from my previous times going out, and that's why a lot of times you see I didn't do anything. You thought I was just being lazy. Like, no, bro, I did that last time we played, and I burned myself out even worse. Now I just got
Uh-huh.
to pick and choose, and that's what I was trying to do. A lot of times it's like I've done this before. I didn't got my shot blocked. I didn't get it stolen from. That's why a lot of turnovers I was doing was like I got to cater to what I got, bro. I can't think this is me 10 years ago. That's why if you wasn't there the first game, I did a behind the back pass, and it's like, yeah, that ain't it right now. Like you need to just keep it straight forward, all that little, because I used to get away with that like back in the day, bro. I
Yeah,
really did.
yeah.
It wasn't the most potent behind the back, but he got the job done. He got that to the guy. And when I did it yesterday, I was like, yep. No, you gotta play generic, like basketball
Hey, let's go back to the
and
fundamentals.
fundamentals as it gets, and you gotta time your steps. By the time the third game came up, I was like, you really gotta time your steps, brother. Like you gotta meet him. All that running around with him, no. You gotta meet him somewhere, and that's why I
Yeah,
started really, and it helped. I'm still in pain, but it was like, how worse it could have been. I know how worse it could have been. So I know you probably getting a taste of that right now, but uh, you live and you learn.
yeah, nah, man, he
Stretching
definitely.
becomes more valuable in life.
Oh, 1010%. I didn't really value stretching to after, I ripped my Achilles, and like that's when I started to take stretching a lot more seriously. And right before we was getting ready to start playing, something just went off of my brain. It was like, bro, you haven't even stretched yet. Like, don't you dare touch a ball and you ain't stretch it. Like you setting yourself up to fail horrifically if you don't even like try to stretch. So nah, man, stretching is definitely valuable. Um, and I'm just wondering to myself, how long before like the soreness like wears off, because I really feel like I just did like a full body exercise yesterday. Like, like my back is sore, and I'm just like, why is my back sore?
Yeah, you laugh too hard, your stomach hurts.
Right, man. But nah, man. Definitely good runs, man. Definitely good runs. Hooping always a great exercise. For myself, man. Um, yeah, man. It's the holiday season. Like I say, we're getting ready to go into December. Beautiful people. Gonna make know some people gonna be off, and um, people gonna be taking they sick days or whatever they vacation days around the holiday season. So we will definitely make sure we keep y'all loaded with the a lot of content, throughout this month of December. Kind of rev back up the momentum and staying consistent with getting our episodes and content and promo clips to y'all, man. Um, yeah, gonna get out of here. Not even gonna hold y'all long. This is just a little quick appetizer for what's to come. More good conversations to come for the month, upcoming month. Make sure you follow our brother Sedacious, who isn't here today, at I am Sedacious. Make sure you follow our brother Isaac at Shine Hard Izzo. Follow Black Peace at Black BLAQUE dot or period peace PEACE. Make sure you also go listen to the Talking Smoke podcast on all streaming podcast platforms. And as always, man, make sure you follow at Emcstats for all your up-to-date high school, pro, and collegiate sports coverage. We love you, beautiful people. We do not take you listening to us for granted. And we will see you next week.